Hey guys, we are in the basement, and yes, it's a disaster. So I moved like the Sente golf game like right there, and I put Mortal Kombat right here, and yes, we are about to work on the Mortal Kombat. This is part number 16 of the Mortal Kombat 2 restoration, and honestly, we're kind of at the finish line. We're very close to being done. In this video here, I want to work on the control panel. We still have to finish that, like the decal and all that. We're going to start putting the game back together. So we're going to go in the garage. I have the control panel out there right now, and we're going to put the decal on. We're going to mount the control panel itself to the base, and then we'll come back down here and start putting the game together. I'm very excited, guys. Yes, this is part number 16 of the Mortal Kombat 2 restoration. All right, let's go to the garage. All right, guys, we are back in the garage. It feels good, right? It's actually pretty warm out here, and I did clean up a little bit. It's looking a little bit better out here, but not great. Anyway, let's kind of talk about what we're gonna do in this video. I wanna start with the control panel right here. We need to put this decal on. I got this from Joe's Zazbo. We did attempt to put a decal on before, and I screwed it up, so we're doing this again. Before we start this, though, let's kind of review real quick, because in the last video, we got this thing working. Can you believe it? You know, I worked on this monitor for like over a year and was never able to fix it until the last video. You know, we did a cap kit, we replaced the hot, replaced the flyback, we tested like all the diodes and resistors and stuff. We could not make the thing work. And then in the last video, we replaced some of the film caps, and bam, the thing came alive. And I'm pretty damn happy. So in this video here, we're gonna bring the monitor down, we'll put it in the cabinet and all that good stuff. And really this video here is all about starting to put the thing back together. Now I wanna talk about one little thing with this monitor here before we move on. So this is the remote board. And it has like all the settings on here, brightness and contrast and horizontal frequency and horizontal fades, etc., etc. When we got the monitor working and we were adjusting it with this board, I couldn't turn the pots because there's like no knobs on here. You see that? And I took like a bit and stuck a bit in here and was kind of turning it, and we were able to adjust it, but it just wasn't right. Now my friend Daniel down in Georgia, he actually had some extra knobs. I guess it was missing the knobs, which I had no idea. And he just sent me these, and I guess we could put these in real quick. So Daniel, thank you. So here's the knobs. And Daniel also helped a lot on this project with parts and stuff. So, all right, let's see what we got here. So these are the missing knobs. So here they are. Wow, I had no idea. Let's see if these are gonna fit. There's different sizes though. Are these the right knobs? Let's see. It works for that one. But see this one right here, the vertical shift is oversized. Unless there's one that's extra big. This is really weird. But yeah, these totally work. They're kind of obnoxious though. Yeah, these totally work. So they work for all of them except for the center one, which looks like vertical shift, so that's good. So when we get the board hooked up and we have a real picture on the screen, these are gonna be very helpful, so thanks, Daniel. All right, let's move on. Let's go over to the control panel. The one thing too that I gotta order a power supply. I realized when I was setting up here, I don't have a power supply, so we'll see how far we can go in this video. Okay, so let's go over here and do this. I brought the control panel out here. It's just gonna be a lot easier for me to do this in the garage because it was just kind of a disaster down there. Anyway, so I ordered this from Joe Zazbo. He uses this Aurajet Rapid Air, so supposedly you don't need to do the wet method with this. It has like the vinyl has little tiny holes in it, but we will clean up the surface. I'll use Rapid Tack actually to clean this up. Rapid Tack. So let's just kind of spray this down and then we'll wipe it up. And again, you know, this is the Rapid Air. It has little air bubbles in it, little air holes in the vinyl. So supposedly you don't need to do the wet method. It'll actually screw it up. Okay, so if you remember too, the last time we tried this, the decal I had it wasn't quite sized right. I think I got that one from this old game. Okay, so I got to figure out like where this is going to go exactly, because if you look here, the wood is like cut out, right? And so the question I have is, does this, see how the artwork kind of ends here? Does that line up with the top of the cutout? And if so, yeah, it looks like it does. So what I'm going to do is try to get this right here to the very, very bottom of the cabinet, and then let it kind of hang off. Let's see how that's going to look. So if this is at the bottom, yeah, see, it's not quite right. I wonder if I can go online and see photos. Like, is this supposed to be, like, there's no, like, extra bleed on the bottom. I kind of think this is one of those things, I just need to put it on and stop thinking about it. This was probably just put on, like, really quick in the factory. And it's probably, like, every cabinet's a little bit different. Let's just try to get it straight. And I'm going to try to get this edge as close to the bottom as I can, or just on the bottom. And we got to try to just keep it all straight. And then, or should I try to center the circles? I wonder if I go online and I could see a photo of someone else's. Hang on. All right, I'm just kind of like Google image searching here, and I can't really tell what's happening. It just kind of looks like it's, I can't tell if the circle here is favoring the top or the bottom, or if it's centered. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this, I'm going to try to get this as low as I can. And it won't be totally centered, but this right here at least won't be cut off when we mount this. So it's going to be like this, and then this. So we're going to end up with a little bit of black on the top, which I think is going to be okay. Yeah, I think we just need to center this whole piece on the wood in general. And there's really not any bleed on this, I think, is what's going on. All right, so let's just kind of do this. I'm just going to go for it. So let's see. I kind of feel like I'm just going to really just go for it. Let's tape it down this half right here. So that's not centered. This stuff is so annoying to do. So right there. I really kind of feel like just doing this like this. So let's, so when we stretch this out, and there's about 1/8 of an inch here of black. So am I straight? I think I am. Get my squeegee maybe. Yeah, we're literally just going for it. So I'm totally straight. I'm a little off. Not too bad though. All right, that's cool. All right, so let's get our X-Acto and kind of trim out the little cutout right here. But I think that looks just fine. I think think my new blades are in the basement. Oh, here's a new blade. Looks like it. All right. Okay, so we have a little bit of overhang up here. Okay, that looks good. And then down here, there's a little bit hanging off at this edge. Just barely, like a 32nd of an inch. Okay. All right, it's on. And I didn't screw it up. It looks pretty good, and it's nice and centered. It looks straight. All right, so let's mount the control panel on with the joysticks and buttons. I'm trying to remember like how this goes on here. I never did paint this thing. Kind of feel like we should do that. Boy, that looks pretty sharp though, doesn't it? Look how sick that looks. I didn't paint this and it's got some rust on it. This was something we just forgot to do in the previous videos. So there's like this little kind of channel right here. You can see that it's kind of rusted. I really should paint that. Let's remove that and then I'll paint it and then we can bring it down in the basement later. Alright, so these nuts here, I'm going to put them in blue tape just so I can kind of isolate them with all the other ones. Alright, let's take a look at this thing. So it's bent. And it's rusted. So we really should sand this. I didn't know we were doing this in this video. Let me see if I could find my channel locks or pliers. We could bend it back a little bit. They're in my bag. Should probably take a hammer to this, really. I don't really have an edge. Let me see if I have a hammer. We can just kind of flatten this out. All right, let's sand this thing. This paper looks okay. So I just want to get this kind of surface rust off here. Alright, so I think I'm going to prime it. I think I have primer here. I do. So we'll prime it and then hit it with some Rust-Oleum. I think I'm just going to paint one side. I don't want to mess with the back. The back looks okay. It's not rusted here. And I want to kind of preserve that weather stripping, whatever you want to call it. So let's just kind of wipe this all down here. I don't really have any cleaners or anything. Just get all the dust off. All right, so let me get a box or something we could paint on. All right, I got this on some cardboard here. I'm gonna hit this with primer first, and then we'll do the Rust-Oleum. And then I'll have to come back tonight and do some more coats. Is it raining? Is this getting wet? God darn it. All right, I gotta bring this in the garage. Hang on, let me put this in the garage so it can dry. All right, I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'll probably have to come out here later this week because it's raining now and finish painting that. And I'll basically just do like a coat or two of primer and then put the Rust-Oleum satin over it. All right, I need to start gathering parts and pieces that we need for the game in the basement. So obviously we're gonna need the PCB. I have one right here. This came from a guy in Australia, I think, so thank you. So let's get this. I'm gonna start putting this stuff in this box over here. And then we need the harness and the transformer for the bottom. I don't have a power supply, but I got all these parts here. So one of these transformers, which one is which here? One of these Daniel sent me from a Radical Bikers, which is the same cabinet. So this one has the harness all plugged into it. And one of these, okay, so this one has the power switch here. That's great. So this one obviously looks a lot better though. This one's all rusted. So when I got the game, it had high impact no, that's right. That game was empty. One of these transformers came from where? Not from the Turtles. I don't remember. Let's think about which one we want to use. I think I want to use this one. And then we could disconnect this harness. So this one, This harness is great right here. This goes to the power switch, to the marquee light. This is all stuff that's cut right now in the cabinet. So we definitely want all of this stuff. And then, so this all looks good right here. And then this right here, player 3, player 4. Did this come out of the high impact football? I think it did. Let's see, this is the one I think we want. Boy, this is going to be just a disaster. Look at all this crap. So this says player 1 and player 2. So this should plug into the PCB. Oh man, this is going to be a freaking nightmare. Ugh. Well, let's start bringing stuff down. All right, I tell you what, I'm gonna bring, this is overwhelming. Like, I'm looking at this and my head's exploding. Like literally, my head is freaking, I mean, just look at this mess. My head is exploding. All right, let's bring the monitor down. Let's bring the control panel down. Let's bring the boards down. I'll bring one of the transformers down, and let's just kind of start putting things in place and mounting them. Ugh. All right, let's go to the basement. Actually, before we go in the basement, I gotta mount this to here. So it has this hinge, okay? And there are carriage bolts, and I need to figure out which ones that go through here. So let's just kind of, like so. Yeah, I don't think it's these ones. I think it's the carriage bolts that are flat, maybe? Because I've got some that are like this. I only have like one of them though. It's got to be these. So I probably need like 4 of them. Yeah, like that. Oh, maybe it is these. Let's try those. So you can see these ones right here don't have a crown on them, and they're a little bit shorter. But do I have 4 of those? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and I do have 4. I think it's got to be these. I don't like them as much though. I'm just trying to like deduce which ones are supposed to go in here. Let's see. So I have 3 of these ones that are a little bit shorter than these ones. And do I have 4 of these though? I don't. I think the only carriage bolts that I need, besides for this control panel, is for the monitor mounting brackets. All right. I'm going to go with those. fits in nice. The flat ones are just kind of weird to me. Alright. Okay, so we've got 4 carriage bolts there. So these things I did tumble, I did not paint them. They don't look horrible. Let me see if I have 3 better looking ones that are that length. This one looks better than that one. Just gonna take the best looking ones that look the most natural after the tumbling. That one looks good. Let's take a look here. This one looks bad. So this one's marginal. I think it looks okay. This one probably looks better than this one. That's a shorter one. Let's save that. Or I could probably take a little bit of sandpaper and just get whatever paint is left on here. Let me just grab a piece of sandpaper. Yeah, that's way better. All right, so there's our 4 carriage bolts. So this hinge is gonna go like this. This is gonna be kind of tricky to do. So I think we gotta go like this. And just kind of line this up best we can. Boy, this is going to be hard. Let's try this. So we'll go like this. Okay. And we'll feed. God, that looks so good. We'll feed this through here. Okay. You can't really see what I'm doing, but this is kind of tricky here. It's just not lining up at all. How the frick does this go? Did I put that hinge on upside down? I must have. I think I put the hinge on upside down, this right here. Let's remove that. Okay. So if it was on like this, does that make more sense? This is not making sense to me. So it looks like it wants to go like this on here. And then this, I see, goes like that. So I did have it on right. All right, let's just bolt down the hinge to the control panel first. Okay, let me get some nuts. These are like locking nuts here. Okay. So I'm just kind of putting them on hand tight because I'm not sure if there's a bit of a tolerance with where this hinge needs to be. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, it could slide a little bit left or right. I could see the old marks from the old bolts. All right, so those are on just hand tight for now, which I'm fine with. All right, so let's kind of line up this now with that, and then we'll tighten the whole thing down. So basically, this needs to go like so. This is surprisingly not easy. This is cumbersome. Alright, it's on. Alright, so let's get those nuts. Alright. Alright, can you guys see what's happening here? Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, so let's tighten this down. Alright, and then we have this little chain that looks like it went right here, just to kind of take pressure off the hinge when it's open all the way. So let's see if we can throw a screw in there. Maybe one of these guys. So I could tell that it used to be in here. So let's go ahead. Okay, looks good. And then now we could tighten down the big nuts here. Okay, it's on. This seems a little loose to me. Yeah, I didn't tighten those down all the way. So I didn't tighten these latches down all the way. Do this one. Okay, so it's a little tight here. So let's loosen this up, and we should be able to slide this over a little bit. Because all this slides. See if we can slide this down. Okay, let's see how. Okay, that's better. Okay. So before, like, this side was binding and kind of hitting the T-molding, and I loosened up the hinge a little bit and slid it down a hair. Not the hinge, well, I guess the hinge, but the part where it secures to the control panel. Let's see if that's an okay spot now. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. But the hinge here, this has an adjustment, and so does this, where if you loosen these all up, you could slide this piece of metal left or right on the bottom wood. And if you loosen these up, you could slide it left or right on the top piece of wood. And obviously we were favoring this side too much, and it was binding. All right, so now the control panel's done. Let's take a look here. That looks sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy. All right, so now we're really ready to go down to the basement. Let's go down the basement and start putting this thing back together. Woot. All right, we're back down here. So the first thing I want to try to do, I'm going to try to get these bolts out one last time, because if you guys remember when we did, I don't remember what part it was, but I screwed up those bolts right there, because these bolts are supposed to have a washer underneath it, and then that goes through the control panel, through these little, I forgot what they're called. There's like a little like threaded thing on the bottom, and I kind of over-tightened these, and that thing came undone. So I'm just gonna try one last time to get these out and see if we can do this proper. But the last time I tried, yeah, see, they're spinning underneath. It's not that important, because the control panel, it mounts 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 in the back. And honestly, with just the back ones, it doesn't move. I could probably get away with not actually securing these. We could try putting a nut through the bottom and then trying to get it out. I don't know, where's all the nuts and bolts and stuff? Man, it's tight down here. I hate working down here. I really do. Let me see if I can, like, this is just so awkward. Yeah, it's too, forget it. I'm gonna let it go. That's something we could do on a rainy day later. It's not that critical. It's probably gonna be like a half hour of me screwing around trying to get that out. I don't want to spend the time. It's just gonna take too long. So let's get the control panel on right now, and we'll bolt it to the back there, and it's gonna be just fine. All right, this is gonna really make this game sing. So let me come in here. All right. So we are missing that piece of like weather stripping, whatever you want to call it, that goes right here. That's being painted in the garage, but this looks really hot. So let's come up here, and then we'll throw these right through here. And there's two of those, one on the left, one on the right. Oh, for God's sakes.
Dragon's Lair, a fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight. That's the rest of the fair princess from the cluster of the You can draw the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has inspired of treacherous monsters and obstacles.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bolt this down.
Your odyssey continues against the awesome monsters that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
I am not looking forward to wiring this cabinet up. Oh, for God's sakes. All right, so let's, where's the other, here's a bracket. And then here's this. The other socket I think fell in the coin bucket. All right, so we got the left one tightened down. Let's go ahead and get the right one all snug.
On your mark. Get set.
Just kind of get a hand tight, and then I'll take my socket to it, my ratchet. Okay, so that's gonna be annoying. I'm gonna take this glass off to get the monitor in. I'm just realizing how annoying that's gonna be. Okay, so we're all bolted down. That thing is totally on there, just with those two nuts. Let's take a look, guys. Huh? What do you think? Does it look complete now? It looks great. All right, so let's get this glass off because we got to install the we have to install the brackets that hold the monitor. So let's see if I could pull this off. One, two, three. Okay. So now we should be able to take the glass off. Oh, there's two more. I'm not messing around here. Okay, so let's take the glass off. And I'll put this over here. You guys think I should get one of those like fan-made bezels? We can maybe do that. All right, let's take this off. Okay, so now I need the monitor brackets, which are these guys right here. Now, we have to kind of figure out how to install these. I think we can kind of deduce how this goes. So,
On your mark.
I'm just looking at this, trying to understand it. So, it looks like this goes like here. All right, so this used to have nuts on this side right here. Okay, so this one, I would say, went in the top left. And I think we can kind of see where it's worn, right? So this must have went like this. No. So the nuts were here. It went like this. This one was here. Got it. All right, so we're gonna have to get some carriage bolts. And we're gonna have to go through the side art. But I could see through deduction here that this was here.
On your mark.
There's one, and then here's the other. Okay. So let's see if we need eight carriage bolts and lock washers. So let's see if we can find 8 that make the most sense. 1, 2. I think any of these will work. Some of these are super long. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3. Two, 4, 6. These 4 probably. Oh no, those are different. I only have 3. All right, well, let's use 2, 4, 6, and then these 2 right here. These ones are a little bit shorter, but the length is totally fine. All right, so let's...
On your mark. Get set.
Okay. That's 1.
Dragon's Lair. Family adventure where you become a valiant knight. The quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutch of evil dragons.
Okay.
You control the actions of a very
Let's get some of these lock nuts here.
has instigated its treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the Dragon's Lair.
I'm just gonna get those started, and then I'll go around in a second here and we'll tighten them all down. But let's go ahead and see if we can figure out where the other ones go. All right, where's the other brackets? Right here. All right, so the next one, if we look on the inside, you can see the nuts were there. So let's see if we can deduce where this one went. And I would say it went right there.
Get set.
Okay. So let's just take a couple nuts here and we'll just throw it up in here. I guess I'll go in through the bottom. This is freaking annoying. All right. Okay. There's that. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so here's the next one, and you can see here that it was mounted there. So this one appears to be the bottom one.
On your mark.
Like here.
Get set.
Let's just take a couple of these. I'm trying to like spin it a little bit till the carriage bolt kind of falls in, because you know the bottom of the carriage bolt has like a square, you know, and that kind of prevents it from spinning while you're tightening it, and the hole in the cabinet is kind of square shaped as well. Okay, that's in. So let's get the last one. All right.
On your mark.
So this one,
Get set.
right there. Okay. I'm using two different lengths. I really should have used the short ones I had for the control panel. It doesn't really matter though. They're still long enough to accept the nut. Okay. So is this the right size socket? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go around here and let's just snug all these dudes up. And then we're ready to drop the monitor in. And then these wires right here, I think those are all being replaced with the harnesses I have. I think this will come together okay. I mean, once we get the game on the screen, we should be able to put it in test and then figure out which button is which. So maybe that won't be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Like we can just kind of like wire up the switch and hit it and see what happens on the test mode. And it's like, oh, okay, well this is high kick for player 2. All right, so that's all tightened up. Let's go ahead and do these ones. That one's in a weird spot.
On your mark.
right, that's good. Now let's get the last one. And then we're ready for the monitor. I think it's spinning. Awkward. Let me see if I can hit it from out here.
Dragon's Lair.
Okay, this one. All right, we're on. All right, so I notice up here that there's no nut on this, but if I look over here and here, if I look here, there is. So I take it these are the nuts that are used to hold the monitor down, and one is missing. But I have more leftover parts. All right, I'm gonna grab the monitor and I'm gonna carefully install it. So why don't you guys say a silent prayer for me here. This is gonna be a little clumsy and awkward, but I think we could do it. All right, I'm grabbing the monitor.
On your mark.
And I gotta kind of watch out for the remote board here. All right, here we come. All right, this is totally awkward. This is something that you probably want to do with another person. Oh, I see that. We're gonna have to zip strip this degauss coil. It's loose. I can do that later. I can see exactly how to do it. Do I want to leave this here? You guys see what I'm talking about? So like the degauss coil over here, right here, and just kind of hanging out. And you could see that it was originally zip tied right there. The other side lost those. Let me go to the garage and just get some real quick. All right, I'm back. I went to the garage and got some zip ties here. So let's kind of just come in here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but okay, good as new.
On your mark.
So we tied that back. I think I have side cutters here. All right. All right, so that's better, so it's not flopping around now. Okay, let's continue. This is nerve-wracking. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, jeez, this is not gonna be easy. I gotta go up. All right, this is gonna take a bit of strength here, guys. I gotta lift it up quite a bit. All right, let's try it. My hand. Oh God, I'm in no man's land right now. All right, this is hairy as, oh my God. All right, I can do this. Come on, don't be a wuss. All right, bottom one's on. Holy cow, is that hard to do? Get on there, get on. Oh, that was hard. I recommend doing that with a friend. Oh. Damn. Yeah, don't do that by yourself. That was kind of stupid. But it's on. Feels like there should be washers, but
On your mark.
well, guys, it's looking like a real game here. Boy, that took a lot out of me. It was awkward too. It was just like, it was enough too high. You know what I mean? So this remote board is supposed to mount underneath here. So there's like a piece of metal here, and the remote board's supposed to go there. Let's see if we can do that. Actually, I don't even know if that'll work, because yeah, I don't think that's gonna work with this monitor. Yeah, I don't think so. For now, we'll just kind of leave it like that. All right, so you know what? I gotta stop. I'm sorry. It's 5:30. I got stuff to do. So I gotta eat dinner and make dinner and all that stuff. But we got the monitor in. We got the control panel done. The next video, I think we could finish this up. I need to order a power supply too. I don't have one. So the next video, I mean, all we're doing is messing around with the harness now. Everything is here. All the giant pieces are here. So all of the heavy lifting is done. Now it's just like annoying stuff that we're gonna have to do, which is just the harness, and that is gonna be annoying. But the game it's here. This is a Mortal Kombat. There's a monitor in it. All the artwork's on it. It looks good. It looks like a Mortal Kombat. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think we can do it in the next video. Next video is just all wiring. That's it. We got to just drop the transformer in the bottom, screw the PCB to the wall, and then just start plugging the harness in. And that's just going to be a lot of just, like I said, just minutia. So, all right, guys, let's go over here and do some viewer mail. You guys want to hang out? And if you guys want to participate in the viewer mail, you got to email them to me at john@johnsarcade.com. john@johnsarcade.com. It could be a question, it could be a comment, it could be whatever. Just send it to john@johnsarcade.com. Oh, by the way, I want to tell you guys that I'm going to be at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo again. I know we did that last year, and I'm going to be there again speaking. I have like a little inside John's Arcade kind of very informal kind of Q&A type thing. So if you're going to the Southern Fried Game Room Expo in June, let me double check those dates. I will be there. I think that's going to be maybe the only show I do this year too. Southern Fried Game Room Expo. So the dates for that is June 8th through 10th, and I am on this schedule. I think you just go to the website. It's southernfriedgameroomexpo.com. All right, let's do viewer mail. Again, if you want to participate, send them to john@johnsarcade.com. This one is from Jade. It can be a question, comment, whatever, like this. This is just a comment. Hey, dude, just wanted to say thanks for your videos. Really enjoy them. Jade. See, it could be anything, just like that. Or it can be a really long one like this, that for some reason I printed in landscape. This one is from Stacy. Hey John, my name is Stacy. I've been watching your videos for about a year. I started watching the end of the year video from 2015, and my favorite video is when you pick up your Dragon's Lair. And speaking of Dragon's Lair, can you do a Dragon's Lair quest to get to the end of the game? Well, if you want to, and also I want to ask you a couple of questions. You know, this is actually a really good idea, because we've been doing like the quest for Donkey Kong to get 300,000 points, quest for Donkey Kong Jr. to get 100,000 points. I think the quest for Donkey Kong Jr. to get 100,000 is pretty realistic. The way I've been playing Donkey Kong lately, the quest to get 300,000 is not realistic, but I do think it's realistic if we really, really sat down and tried to get to the end of Dragon's Lair. I actually like this idea. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm so bad at this game, but it sounds fun to kind of have a discussion about this game and figure out how to get to the end, because I've never done it. I'm really bad. Whoa! Right. Left. Right. 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 I think I turned down the right speaker because it was really... That's the one... No, I hear it. Sword. I love this game. Oh, I just died in the goo. Let's see. Back. Right. Such a good game. See, like this one, like I knew the pattern and now I forgot the pattern. It's like down. Oh my god. It's like down, 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 and forward. Duck, forward. And then this is sword. And then back, forward. Sword. Sword. Left. Sword. This one took me a while to figure out. Sword. I freaking love this game, guys. Oh, this one I always forget. Sword. And then left. Ah. Yes, you know what? That would be fun to do that. We're gonna do that, actually. So that's a good idea, Stacy. All right, let's keep going with Stacy's email here. All right, Stacy also says, let's see. And I also want to ask you a couple of questions, like game strategies for Tron and Outrun. And when I get to the second level of Tron, when I get to the stages with the light cycles, the tanks, and the wall that Tron has to shoot, and you'll get a bonus. It seems aggressive to me. So what's the strategies or patterns for the light cycle and the tank stage? Those are the stages that I've had a hard time on. Well, you know, we're not going to play Tron right now, but I've played Tron. Tron just ramps up, you know, and go watch some of my videos on it. I'm not amazing at Tron, but I could definitely get through the first, like, 3 or 4 levels. Go watch gameplay videos for Tron, though. Tron's not that hard. It's, you know, but the thing is, again, the difficulty just ramps up. but whatever you learn in the beginning is applied to all the later levels. It's just harder. Let's see. In tank stages. Now with Outrun, I play sometimes my favorite arcade place called Boxcar Bar and Arcade. You should come and visit at Greensboro, North Carolina, and check the place out. But back to Outrun, I played it before, but I don't get that far in the game, and all I have to say about Outrun. Well, I suck at Outrun, so I've never got to the end of that game. I do know that some people say go all left or go all right in the game. You could try that as a strategy. Like when you come to the fork, always go left. I think that's the strategy. Just keep going left. Back to Outrun, I love Food Fight and Atari games like Dig Dug, Tetris, Centipede, and Millipede. Also Missile Command is cool too. There's one more question. When I get older, this young person here, I want to have my own home arcade. I remember Joe from his insane Housecade video. He has a lot of cool games. My favorite game I saw in the video is Gal's Panic. And I was wondering if Joe wants to give away his other games in his old home arcade. And Jay has a lot of games in his garage. Does he give away his games too? No, Jay doesn't give anything away. The games come up for sale, yes, but nothing's being given away. So that's about all the questions. Sincerely, Stacy. Well, Stacy, I hope we covered your topics here in the show. This one is from Chris. This diner near me has a Galaga / Pac-Man machine. How much should I pay for it? Not sure if it's working. So I'm guessing this is one of the newer, like Namco, like reunion style cabinets where it's 2 games in one. It uses a very modern little PCB. Those tend to sell for quite a bit. I think because people still operate those because they're more modern and newer. But I've been seeing those like in the $800 and up range. Maybe sometimes a little bit less, but they definitely seem to command a higher dollar because it's newer, more modern. I guess maybe more reliable hardware, and newer operators are still buying those and putting those in laundromats and stuff. But yeah, $800-ish and up. This one's from Andrew. I love this series. First off, I wanted to encourage you to do more Craigslist finds. The ones you did where you attempted to fix a game and fix within the video is something I have now tried thanks to you. Yeah, we did that video. I bought a Commando on Craigslist a few years ago, and I brought it home here and I challenged myself to fix it in one video, and I did, because it was the power supply. Also, the same thing happened with that pole position. We fixed that in one video because that was just a fuse. It would be fun to go find a dead game and just fix it, wouldn't it? All right, I'll keep that in mind. But I'm trying to get rid of stuff. So anyway, I picked up this beast of a okay. He goes on. Golden T4 complete list is working. No sound or video, but hard drive spins and locks like it should work. $350 is what he was asking. He took a chance at $200, and the seller just wanted it gone. I picked this beast of a cabinet up, got it home. My wife shook her head. She knows that I have always wanted to get collecting arcades, and this wasn't what she thought, i.e. buying a dead game. 30 minutes later, after reading the manual and determining that the dip switches that control the monitor weren't set properly. Yeah, because it's like VGA or 15K or medium res. Isn't there 3 different settings for Golden Tee for the different monitors? I flipped the dip switch and turned it on to find, to my surprise, a fully working, functional Golden Tee. On to the next Craigslist find, Andrew from Chicago. Dude, that's an awesome story, man. The thing is, a lot of times, it is stupid stuff, like the Cubert. I bought that dead, I got it home. It was the interlock switch in the coin door. It came to life. Pole position, just a fuse. Commando was a dead power supply. I mean, there's so many games down here where I could just go on and on about, you know, whatever, that were just completely dead when I got them. And you know, with a little bit of effort, a lot of research, you know, Google is an amazing thing. Odds are, you know, if you're having a problem with the game, someone else has had that problem, and it's all in Google to be found. So anyway, guys, if you want to participate in the viewer mail next time, send an email to john@johnsarcade.com. Again, question, comment, whatever. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'll be at the Southern Fried Game Room Expo in June. So if you go there, be sure to go to my little talk thing and say hi and all that good stuff. And that's it. I'll see you guys very soon. We are at the finish line with Mortal Kombat, that's for sure. We just got to really spend a day wiring it up and cross our fingers and hope it just works. I'm very excited to see that on the monitor. So we'll do that in the next video. So anyway, guys, that's it. Like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends. Also, I do have a podcast called Video Game Outsiders at videogameoutsiders.com. I've been doing that podcast with my great friend Michelle for about 13 years or so. And if you want to listen, it's about modern gaming. Go to videogameoutsiders.com. We also have an app in the iOS store and the Google Play Store. It's a podcasting app. It's free. Just search for Video Game Outsiders on your phone in your app store. Install that, and it's the easiest way to get all the newest podcasts. And then there's also bonus content that's optional. There's like 12 extra episodes a month. There's a John show with John and the Michelle show, and then we do a kind of a blank Outsiders every week. That's $2 extra a month for 12 more podcasts. So again, search for Video Game Outsiders in the iOS and Google Play Store. Go to videogameoutsiders.com. There's links and stuff. So anyway, that's it. I'm done. I'll see you guys very soon. Later, and bye.